Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to XDefiant. Today is the day the game officially launched, and predictably, the servers are not working. No one can find a match as of the time this video being recorded. I can't get in, nobody can get in, it's all over social media. Unfortunately, the servers are dead within the first hour of the game being out, but presumably that's going to be fixed rather quickly. With that being the case, I wanted to take a look at what the full launch of the game has to offer, because in previous play sessions, we just had everything unlocked, so I was curious to see how things were going to be handled as the full game is now out and things can be earned as compared to them just being available to everyone. First things first, we have the weapons. A decent number of them are available right from the start. One assault rifle is unlocked via a free tier on the battle pass, and then the remaining 10 weapons must be unlocked via challenge, which is something I'm personally a pretty big fan of. These challenges are relatively simple. To get the ACR, you need to get 10 long shots with assault rifles. To get the MP7, you need to get 20 point blanks with submachine guns. To get the RPK, you need to deal 10,000 total damage with light machine guns, and to get the double barrel shotgun, you simply just need 10 shotgun hipfire kills. This way of going about things is great in my opinion. It locks content behind the challenge, but that challenge is not too overwhelming or too convoluted. It just gives players things to do and things to work towards, aside from simply leveling up and just having the weapon given to you. In my opinion, having things to grind for in the game is a good thing, but leveling does play a factor in the game, however, as weapon attachments and mastery rewards are all locked behind weapon levels. Earning weapon levels is simple enough, just like in other shooter titles. You use the gun in game, you get kills, you get assists, you get score, and your weapon level goes up. Some weapon attachments are unlocked at weapon level 40 and above, so it does look like there's going to be a pretty decent grind here, and the mastery camos are no different. This is something I'm personally not a big fan of, but I'm interested to see what you guys think of it. So, unlike in Call of Duty where you do challenges to unlock weapon camos, in XDefiant, mastery rewards are simply locked behind weapon levels. At weapon level 50, you get the bronze camo. At weapon level 75, you get the silver camo, and at a whopping weapon level of 100, you get the gold camo. As of right now, it doesn't seem like there's anything in the game that will point towards a dark matter or a final camo for the game that would be unlocked for getting every gun up to gold, and that is something I really hope the XDefiant team are aware of, and hopefully that is something that they are working on. I understand that XDefiant is not Call of Duty. Just because Call of Duty does something does not mean XDefiant has to do it, but the dark matter camo grind has been such a staple in the COD franchise since like 2015, and it's something that a lot of fans really like grinding for. With XDefiant being set up to be a multi-year title with no annual releases or anything, it's just going to be the one game continuously updated, having an overall mastery camo to grind for would be huge for this game, so hopefully that is something that the team is working on. And again, I'm a bit disappointed that mastery camos are simply locked behind weapon levels. That does mean you don't have to do any annoying challenges or anything, you just have to use the gun a bunch, and the better you do, the faster you'll unlock your camos, but still, it feels very linear just to simply have everything be locked behind weapon levels in that grind right there. Like, there's some challenges to unlock the guns, but once you have the guns, it's simply just use it, and use it, and use it, and then use it some more, and then eventually you'll get all the attachments, and eventually you'll start earning the mastery camos. I don't know, not the biggest fan of that system, and I'm interested to hear what you guys think down there in the comment section below. Now, moving on from weapons, we have character customization, of course, in the form of skins, calling cards, and emotes. A lot of these can be unlocked via the battle pass. Of course, there is an in-game shop as well. It is a free-to-play game, but then on top of that, certain characters are unlocked via challenges that are specific to their faction. Again, I like this idea. So to unlock Kersey for the cleaners, for example, you need to get 50 kills with the firebomb. To get Rhino from the Phantoms, you need to get 25 kills with the Phantom Blitz Shield. The list goes on and on. And just like with the weapon unlocks, I think this is a really good idea as it gives players something to grind for and challenges to complete. On top of that, we have our daily challenges, which will just give us more XP, and then we have a major challenge, which right now the only major challenge is to unlock the DedSec faction, which can be bought or earned by getting 700,000 XP within the game. And I know right there, that is going to be a point of contention for some, and I completely understand it. It almost sounds pay to win, locking an entire faction with its own unique abilities behind a paywall, and to that extent, I completely agree. I'm happy that the faction is still earnable, but with the servers being down, we don't know how long it's going to take to get 700,000 XP, and I would be much happier if they had this system implemented for something cosmetic. But the XDefiant devs have said in their blog post that things like this that can be purchased most are also going to be earnable. Still, it feels pretty bad when there's a faction locked behind a paywall or a giant XP grind. Like, for some people, they're just going to buy it, they're going to have access to it. Then the people that don't want to buy it and they just want to grind the game, well, they're going to have to play against that faction for a while with no access to it, which, again, just feels pretty bad in my opinion. Now, while the DedSec faction can be earned, other items in the game can't be earned because they are in the shop, which works a lot like pretty much every other free-to-play game out there. The in-game currency are called X coins, and roughly translated, 100 X coins equals $1. Some of these prices are pretty hefty if you ask me, but they're not really out of the question for a free-to-play game. There is a battle pass that has a few free tiers on it for those completely free-to-play players to unlock, but most of it is going to be locked behind the premium battle pass, and the premium battle pass within XDefiant costs 700 X coins, which again is roughly $7, but with how the shop is set up, you're going to end up spending 8 or 9 if you want to get the battle pass. There are 50 tiers here, and just like with COD, if you purchase the premium battle pass and complete it, you'll end up earning exactly enough X coins from it to purchase the next battle pass if you don't spend any of your X coins. So I think that's a good thing. It could be a one-time purchase potentially, so if you just buy the battle pass now and then you complete it, well, come season 1, you'll have enough X coins saved up to get the season 1 battle pass, and then if you complete that, you'll have enough coins to get the season 2 battle pass, so on and so forth. It's a pretty good system if you ask me. Now, outside of that, it doesn't look like there is a prestige mode within the game, which is really unfortunate. Presumably, there will be a level cap of some kind during the preseason, but I fully expect a prestige mode to be added to the game within season 1, but we'll have to wait and see exactly how that plays out. I was also very disappointed to see that the combat record is virtually non-existent. Like, how do people release shooter games without proper combat records? Like, remember Black Ops 4? For some reason, Black Ops 4 didn't even have one. People like tracking their stats. They like seeing how many kills they have with certain weapons and everything, and the stat page that we have here is virtually the same as what we saw during the playtest, which basically just shows you your stats over the course of the past 10 games, as well as your playtime with each faction. Again, this is really disappointing. For me personally, I'm a huge stat guy, and I think for most of you out there, it's just fun to see how many kills you have with the MP5, how many headshots you have with the AK-47, what is your win-loss ratio within certain game modes. Like, stat tracking is so basic and fundamental to video games, especially online ones like this, that it just blows my mind that it was not here for the full launch of the game. And hopefully, just like with prestige mode, hopefully they are tracking everything on the back end and everything will be retroactively added to the game with a proper combat record during season 1. But as of right now, we don't know if that's going to happen. I will keep you guys posted as we learn more, and hopefully over the course of the coming week, we're going to get some more information coming out from the XDefiant team as to some of the features that we kind of hoped were going to be in the game and why they're not there right now and when they might become available in the future. We're going to have to wait and see. But guys, that is pretty much it for this first video of XDefiant's launch here today. Because the servers are not working, I had to use footage from the previous playtest, but I did want to jump in and go through all the menus and see what the challenges are like, see what progression is like, see what leveling is like, and things like that. And overall, I'm a bit disappointed. It's pretty bare bones. Honestly, if they just had a prestige mode and a combat record, I would be fine. But right now, we have the camo grind, and then we have the weapon unlocks, and then of course the challenges to get certain characters as well as to unlock certain weapons, and that's gonna be fine in the short term, but we gotta start thinking bigger here when it comes to XDefiant, because if they want people playing this game for a long period of time over the course of weeks, months, and potentially years, there needs to be more things in the game to grind for, and prestige mode, honestly, is one of those things. Hopefully that is gonna be added to the game, or maybe it is there. Maybe it's there right now, we have no freaking idea because nobody can get into the servers, but there's no reference to it anywhere in the menus. So yeah, just a prestige mode, a combat record, two very basic things in my opinion, but other than that, a lot of stuff that we have here is pretty good, and hopefully they're going to be expanding upon that throughout the preseason and then the subsequent seasons that follow. But ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this video here today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.